Hello everyone, welcome to Thoughts on Education by College Dunia. Today we have with us Dr. Prahlad Rai Sodani. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Before beginning this interview, I would like to grab the opportunity to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. P.R. Sodani. He is officiating president of IIHMR University, Jaipur. He is a health economist and public health specialist. He obtained his PhD in economics with a focus on health economics. After completing his doctoral work, he earned a Master of Public Health from University of North Carolina, USA. Professor Sudani has been working in health systems, health economics, health financing, and extensively involved in teaching, training, research, and consultancy. He is Associate Editor of Journal of Health Management, an international journal published by Sage Publications. He has been actively associated with Southeast Asia Public Health Education Institutions Network and coordinated the international workshop on moving it to influence public health policy and action. He is secretary at India Public Health Education Institution Network. He has recently published a book on managing quality in healthcare. He has published and presented papers on health sector reforms, health expenditure, public-private partnership, user charge, cost analysis, health insurance, and health system development in national and international forums. So let's begin with the interview. My first question to you, sir, is that being the officiating president of IIHMR, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for marketing and administration of your institute?
Okay. Thank you very much for nice introduction, and I welcome all the students in IHMR University in whatever capacity they would like to come and join us. Your question is very straightforward, that as a president of IHMR University, how I strategize my programs and plans. Very good question, and my answer, or I would like to say very straight answer, is that I strategize or plans my program according to the industry requirement.
Okay.
We take the industry perspective very well, discuss it among the faculty colleagues, and then we design our programs and plans. And therefore, I would like to emphasize here that the programs, like the courses offered by IHMR University, they are very unique in itself. We have 35 years of legacy in the health sector. It means that we are very closely working with government organizations, private for-profit organizations, private not-for-profit organizations, and also the development partners working in health and development sectors. So when we closely work with these partners, we gain a lot of understanding of the industry, what industry requires from my students. And at the same time, since we are a postgraduate and research university by Act of Rajasthan government, so naturally we are a unique university in the sense that we give a lot of focus and emphasis on the research in the university. So our teaching, it's not like the usual teaching from the books. Our teaching comes from the research. The faculty colleagues get new knowledge through the research, and that comes into the classroom teaching. That is the, you can say, USP of IHMR programs.
That is so good to hear, sir, that IHMR focuses on industry oriented courses rather than going with the courses which are going through the old times, right? So let's move on. Let's move on to the next question. What do you think your roles and responsibilities to the university and the students are?
Correct. As far as my role in the university is concerned, since I am the chief executive officer of the university, so I take all the responsibility for the quality education as well as the research. In IHMR University, I would again like to emphasize that we are student-centric university. When I say student-centric, my role is very clear that the programs what we offer, they should fulfill the career goal of the student. When I say it's a research university, my responsibilities are very clear that the research which we do with various industry partners, that should come into the classroom teaching when my faculty teaches to my students. And the students, when they pass out from IHMR University, they should come prepare for the industry. They should not waste their time when they join the industry. So therefore, I'm happy to say that when my student gets their degree in the convocation program in research activities of the university, I have to take a lead in networking, negotiation, and collaborations with national as well as the international organizations. I'm also happy to share with you that IHMR University have a very strong collaboration with Johns Hopkins University, which is in USA, and which is one of the very renowned university globally in the area of the health sector. We run a collaborative program with Johns Hopkins University. Johns Hopkins University's MPH program, Masters of Public Health program, we run in collaboration with Johns Hopkins University. And I'm also happy to share that Hopkins have never collaborated to any other university or institution globally for this program. They have the cooperation, they have the collaboration only with IIHMR University, and it is only because of IHMR University's credentials over the last 35 years.
Of course, sir. As you said that research plays a very important role in industry as well as in a student's life. It is good to know that IHMR focuses on research and as well as international connections with the universities, which
Yes.
will eventually help students. So let's move on to the next question. How does the curriculum of IIHMR ensure the best practice of the industry?
Very good. Again, my already shared my thoughts that we are the student-centric university. And I have also mentioned in my first point that we are the industry-focused also. So naturally, the curriculum of courses in IHMR University, it is not static. We are dynamic in our thoughts. We take the advantage of lessons learned from the industry and also take the corrective actions in enhancing the course curriculum in IIHMR University. We have the various boards in IHMR University. So every year, our faculty members, they are engaged in course curriculum exercise, course revision exercise, you can say, and the courses are being approved by the Board of Studies. Then the courses are approved by the academic councils, and finally it goes to the Board of Management. Apart from that, to ensure the quality of course curriculum, we also have the academic audit, which is one of the very important exercise. We take it seriously in IHMR University, so as our courses becomes more student friendly, more industry friendly, and also that will give a edge to our student when they pass out from our university.
Of course, sir. Practical learning is important as theoretical learning. In India, we have
Yes.
seen that. Yes, please.
As far as methodology of teaching is concerned, again I would like to emphasize that when our faculty teaches to the student, it is not only the classroom teaching. There is a huge component of group work, assignment, field visits, exposure to the industry, going and talk to the industry stakeholders during the course itself. So, it is mixed in such a way that whenever the faculty teaches the class, basically he is facilitating their learning processes. It is students, they take the lead in learning from the faculty.
The connections of IHMR to the industries ensures that a student gets practical knowledge as well with the
Correct.
theoretical knowledge. So let's move on to the next question. What are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
Again, I would like to emphasize here that very recently the government of India announced the new education policy for India to transform the education system in our country. And as a higher education institution, what we did, we took the lead in organizing the webinars on the national education policy to better understand the policy and how it will be implemented in our country. We connected with various senior leaders of the industry, vice chancellors of various universities, and we organized a great webinar with the help of key panelists coming over from the policy making business, coming over from the academic leadership, faculty, researchers, and even also the students. So we come together, organize the webinar. The whole issue is that we are very much connected with the education sector. And now the major findings of that webinar was that is not only the first and last webinar by IIHMR University. IHMR University will organize a series of webinars on better understanding the national education policy, and there are so many thematic areas in that, like credit bank, internationalization, and also the degree requirement for the PhD program. So there are many issues there. So what we are doing, we are connected with the industry professionals, we are connected with the academicians, and also trying to see that how better we can implement the national education policy in India and to transform the health systems as well as to transform the education system. Since we work in the health domain, so therefore our one of the agenda is that we also need to see the national health policy also apart from the national education policy, and we are working towards both these policy and trying to help the government and industry partners to implement these policy guidelines in an effective way.
It clearly shows that PGI adheres with the government guidelines and is not afraid to change with this situation. So let's move on to the next question.
Correct.
What do you think should be the university's top priority over the next few years?
Okay, very good, very good. Since we have already discussed that, number one, we will not leave research. Research is one of the priority for IIHMR University. And number two, as far as since we are engaged in the postgraduate education in the country, so one of our priority issues or one of our priority programs will be promoting the public health education in India. And for that, on 5th of October, which is our foundation day of the Indian Institute of Health Management Research, which is our sponsoring body, on the foundation day, our trustees announced that to open the new school in IIHMR University, and that will be known as S.D. Gupta School of Public Health. This is one of the requirement in the country to promote the public health education. And I think the new school will be totally dedicated to improve the public health education as well as to promote the public health education in our country. As of now, we all know that due to COVID-19 and this pandemic emergency, we all recognize that there is a huge requirement of the trained manpower in public health sector. As a country, we have also felt that we do not have the trained manpower in the country. And I believe that this new school of public health that will provide a trained public health professional to the country so that we can fulfill our requirement in the government sector and also with the other agencies working in the public health environment. So this is one of our priority agenda.
Clearly, IIHMR has converted a crisis into an opportunity, and that is a very good thing to know. So let's move on to the next question. What suggestions would you like to give to the students who are either pursuing or about to begin their higher studies?
Okay. As far as the today's environment is concerned in terms of the education sector, I would say that the students should focus more on better understanding the digital technology, since now the future is with the digital technology. education sector will grow with the digital technology only. So uh, as far as possible, if the student focus more on understanding and usage of the digital technology, that will be very, very helpful for the student. And also I would like to say that since nowadays there are lots of courses which are available online platform, and this is a great opportunity I see for the students, that they can learn so many skill set even at their home to upgrade their skill set and competencies. So these are few of the things I think the students should take seriously. And also uh, this 21st century, the future which we see ahead, it is the digital, you can say, you. So don't waste the time, learn the technology very well and proceed further.
Digi- Digitalization has overtaken all of our lives, and of course, your advice is a valuable one. I hope it helps the student all over the world. So let's move on to last question of this interview. What are some of the biggest challenges you see, both for higher education in general and for IIHMR University specifically?
As far as the challenges are concerned in the higher education sector, I think before this national education policy came, there were a lot of challenges in higher education sector. And I believe that the government of India has taken seriously to look into those challenges, and they have come up with a very great policy guidelines and directions for the country. And I think this new policy, new education policy, that will be able to transform the whole education system in India if implemented properly. So if I say if it implemented properly, it means that there are a lot of challenges also. So the state government as well as the government, central government, they need to come together to implement this policy in an effective way. There are private sectors, there are other agencies also. So all need to align properly to have the real outcome of the healthcare as well as the education sector industry. So to deal with these challenges, what we need to do, more collaborations is required among various agencies, either at the central level or at the state level. More collaborations are required among government as well as the private sector. All these agencies are not working in isolation. If we really talking about education sector, the whole effort comes from public sector as well as private sector also. So if we jointly work, if we collaborate properly, and also if we align properly for their competencies, something may be good with the government sector, they have some strength. Something may be good in private sector also. Some competencies, some skill set, they can manage very well. So if these two sectors come together, minimize the distances and trust each other, I hope that the education sector will grow.
What a beautiful thought, sir. Your point where you said that collaboration between the public and private sectors is the most important part to implement the national education policy properly is a very strong point, and I totally agree with you on that. So, I would like to thank you, sir, for connecting with us and lightening our minds. I am 100% sure that this interview will help many students all over India and maybe eventually all over the globe. So, with this small note, I would like to conclude this session. Thanks again for a truly memorable interview.
Thank you so much for connecting with us. Thank you so much.